I'll need a disguise to move through the city without attracting attention. I think I know just the spell. Follow me. They're right to be afraid. If we fail to stop the Legion on the Broken Shore, the demons will strike us here, at our home and hearth. I can't blame the lad for his choice. My father sacrificed everything to save his people. He was a great king. Since you brought my father's compass back to me, I've prayed to the light for guidance, and to know his spirit is at rest. The light doesn't answer. My people like me, respect me, but they don't believe in me. Not like they believed in him. I've heard the voice of the people, but how do my father's advisors feel? I fear they do not trust me as they did my father. Thank you, my friend. I know what I must do to learn the weight of my father's crown. I must go to the Broken Shore and see for myself the sacrifice he made. I must know. Follow me to the keep. Stormwind has always been my home. I know its shops and streets as I do the back of my hand. Yet, even as I walk these familiar steps, I've never felt more lost. I have not returned to Lion's Rest since my father's memorial was moved here from the keep. The war has consumed all of my energy and attention. I've not had a moment to grieve. I had this compass crafted for my father's birthday. I gave it to him a few months before my ship ran aground on Pandaria. A lifetime ago. Since this war with the Legion began, I've barely had a chance to think, or breathe, or to mourn. Perhaps it's time to change that. Thank you for bringing my father's compass back to me. It is a reminder of how much I miss him. My father sought to shield me from the war, insisting I stay behind because a Rin must always rule in Stormwind. But I saw the truth in his eyes, his fear of losing me. When my mother died, I was all he had left of her. Time and time again, I have watched from afar as the heroes of Stormwind fought and died to preserve peace on Azeroth. My father was not the first king of Stormwind to die fighting the Burning Legion. My great-grandfather, King Barathan, and my grandfather, King Lane, also paid the ultimate sacrifice. The kings of my family have always fought shoulder to shield with their soldiers for the freedom of Stormwind. I have lived my life sheltered by the blood of heroes like Tyrion and Bolvar. Heroes like my father. The time has come for me to do the same. Take me to the place where my father died. I must see it for myself. So this is where our forces landed on the Broken Shore. This land is scarred and desolate. A terrible place to meet one's end. Come, let us press forward. This land is far worse than I had imagined. It seems Genn and Velen are speaking about me, but I can't quite make out the words. Hero, over here. This land is grim and brimming with sorrow. I had no idea. Father, let's go.
Runes as old as these are packed with rarities that would delight any collector. Recover whatever relics you can, but beware of the spirits still lingering about. I think we've done enough relic hunting for one day. Let's give the spirits time to settle down. Enjoy your spoils. I borrowed a small submarine from friends of mine in the Explorers League. We'll be embarking off the coast of Azuna as soon as you can join us, High Priest.
So, brother, the planet Azeroth, she just sorta told you to come here? So she sorta felt at you that you should come here?
Commencing docking procedures. Whoa, that's a large door. Gotta be a lever around here somewhere, though. There's always a lever. Bit of a shame, that. Oh, I'm not sure enough what this is gonna lead to. Weapons up! Now, what do you mean by that? Not essential. Me, you're not essential, you wee little herds, you say? We've never seen a one. How many of them remain? These noble creatures protected us before we even knew how to protect ourselves. Oh, blazes, not again! Oh, aye, more than once! You're the big, important speaker! Can ye shut it off, then? Lot of good that did. Well, here we go! We're not done yet! At least there's no giant eye lasers this time, eh? Of course the big ones would come to life, too. Watch yourselves! And that's the last of them. Gonna hope that's the last time I end up in this situation. I can take you back whenever you're ready, High Priest.
Not so much in words. 'Tis more feelings. but not like feelings you or I would have. Well, let's say you're a world soul, eh? What sort of feelings do you suppose you'd have? Sometimes you feel like a crumbling mountain range, and sometimes you feel like a deep, dark sea. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It felt like a sunrise. Revola, Rok, Maez, Amir. They must be activated simultaneously. High Priest, would you do the honors? Seekers. Yes. That must be what she meant when she directed me to this place. She wanted us to find these creatures. So, what happened to them? Again? You've done this before, brother? Stop it then, will you? I sense some corruption amongst my brethren. Watch yourself for purification. Many'll come this time. The machine surges with the light. You're wrong about that, lass. 'Tis why Azeroth called us, here. She knew it wouldn't be long before the void o'ertook this chamber. She knew who would protect these creatures and use them in service of the light. 'Tis you, High Priest. I speak for Azeroth. Well met. These stones have tales to tell. Fight for our world. For Azeroth. Back to work. Enough of your nonsense. My magma's fixing to boil. You're messing with the voice of the planet. The planet! Now you've done it, it's clobbering time!
I understand the need to mourn, but the king's place is on his throne. The broken shore must be our focus. Convince Anduin to end his vigil. Visions don't win wars, Prophet. The boy has a good heart, but he's untested. We need more than that, and so does he. Anduin wasn't there on the broken shore. He hasn't seen the sacrifice his soldiers made, that they continue to make. A king must know the weight of the orders he gives, the price of them. If a compass breaks his spirit, how will he respond when the war arrives on our doorstep? I'll ready a ship at once. There! Anduin! Let's go.
A threat must be dispatched. Be swift about it. Well struck, champion. Remain on your guard. A threat looms near. Eliminate the target. A fitting end to a vile invader. Time to deliver a message to the Legion. Send this one back in pieces. Message delivered. We have much work to do. Grant this demon a swift death. That was more mercy than the fiend deserved. On to the next target. Our scouts report a significant threat in this area. Wipe it out! Impressive. That wretch didn't stand a chance. Just ahead, a new target. Send it screaming back to the twisting nether. Well done. Your skills are sharper than any weapon of the Legion. Demons multiply like rats. Slay this one before it summons more of its foul kin into our world. Victory by victory, we push back against the tide of this invasion. Well done. A potent threat lurks nearby. Seek it out and destroy it. Another menace eradicated. Excellent. Act quickly. The Legion will soon overrun us. Illidan! Curse that impetuous demon hunter. Illidan left behind a mess. Stay close. We shall carve a path through these demons. I will continue the hunt for Illidan. You deal with those abominations. Did you really think you could elude me, Illidan? Run again, and I'll shackle you like the beast you are. I would regret it if you died by another's hand, betrayer. Warden, secure the cathedral. We will hold here while our allies push into the tomb below. The wardens are with you, champion. More portals? What the hell is our backup? Illidan, how courteous of you to finally arrive. Warden, see to the real work while Illidan's demon hunters caper about with their bats. You are too quick to trust Illidan, Prophet. I will ensure he fulfills his duty. Our forces have engaged the Legion on the ground floor. We must place the Aegis in the tower before our losses grow insurmountable. The trusted friend who lost her life defending this temple. Her rest has been defiled, and now she haunts these halls as a banshee. Release her from this torment. The peace earned so long ago has been returned to her. You have my thanks. In life, Raoul was a formidable warrior. In death, he is an abomination that has been turned against us. Put him back in his grave. Well fought. That should ensure Raoul remains in his grave. Forgive me if my glaive finds your heart, Illidan. With so many demons about, it's hard to distinguish you from the rest of this filth. Can it be? The Guardian, our allies, claim to have outfitted their ship with devastating armaments. Put their weapons to the test. Such an inelegant weapon is no substitute for a sharpened glaive, but I suppose it was effective. Khadgar will want to hear of this.
You have conducted your campaign against the Legion with brutal efficiency, Death Lord. I am pleased. Under your command, the Four Horsemen have wreaked havoc upon the demons, but now another path to power awaits. You seek to retrieve Rimefang's harness, but you are too late. It has fallen into the hands of invading Vrykul, who now use it to bind frostworms to their will. These Vrykul must pay for defiling my citadel. Slay them. Raise them in the name of the Lich King. The helm of domination shows me many things, Death Lord. I have seen a vision. Thousands of undead marching to the far reaches of Northrend in search of a great power. Yet when I reach out through the cold tendrils of endless ice, I sense nothing there. Go now to the far north of Icecrown, and I will show you what I have seen. It was here that I saw the undead, swarming across an icy shelf, seeking a prize coveted by Arthas. Look ahead. Do you see it? The bones of a dragon most ancient and powerful beyond reckoning. Yet all that remains here is the sea, and I sense no trace of undead. Find a member of the Bronze Flight, the tenders of history. Do not be merciful. The Reds know something. They hide their secrets in the ruby sanctum beneath Wormrest. He has alerted his allies already. They will be expecting you. A record of their history must lurk somewhere in the sanctum. Spare whom you will, or slay them all. The choice is yours. You are empty inside, just like me. Fly now into the north. Find this glacier and your destiny. Continue north, Death Lord, into the blizzard. And hold tight to your reins. It is here. I can feel it. Your supplies have likely frozen. I sense feral undead buried in the ice. It seems the time has come to test your will. Of course, should you fail to survive, know that I shall claim Agarus for my own. Arthas may have sought revenge on the Citadel, but I have other plans. You are getting close. I can sense the spark of life ahead of you. You will bring decay to this lost place. I sense many feral undead nearby. They have been feeding on its life energy. Take it from them. Slay them all. You have stolen the dragon's life energy. Now, bend it to your desires.
A legion brood, obliterating priceless knowledge. Imagine that. Long has this one been a blight upon your world. Not all his schemes came to fruition, but those that did caused untold ruin. From birth, pit lords are oversized and stupid. Somehow the Legion manages to magnify both traits. At times it seems the Naga beg for scraps from the Legion's table, but the queen they serve wants far more than that. I do enjoy seeing the shrine of a great enemy profaned by the spirits of its own worshippers. The haughty elves of old had such regard for their own spirits. Such a delicious indignity. Invaders messily corrupting other invaders. Typical. Far more useful to coax them along the proper path, don't you think? Let me guide your hand as you battle this vessel. Though it retains but a fraction of the fallen Titan's power, you will not survive its onslaught without my expertise. You must face the Deceiver on his own ground, where he is vulnerable. Come, let us taste his soul. A remnant of power lingers in this broken temple. It must be ours. Come, enter the circle and take it. My mistake. It seems the upstart goddess still holds sway here. Oh well. So much death here. So much power. Is this not the site of what you mortals consider your greatest humiliation? I hope you fare better this time. I don't believe these lands have seen such carnage since the battle for C'tanth. Such a long time ago. This was always a place of power. Aegwynn was drawn here, and before her, the elves, and before them, the trolls, and before them... That fell edifice towering over this land pales in comparison to the grandeur of what stood here long ago. It was here, in ages past, that the god of the deep lost a great battle to the god of seven heads. But as was so often the case, even defeat ultimately worked in N'Zoth's favor. This trifling skirmish is little more than a distraction. The true battle draws nigh as the circle nears completion. This conflict is but a shadow of an ancient war that predated the meddling of the Titans. Infinite armies clashed in ceaseless battle. But I'm sure your little war is impressive, in its own way. It took ages to make my return to the surface after the Sundering. The Naga can be so possessive of artifacts. This land has seen so much upheaval. The Cataclysm, the Sundering, the Scouring. You really have no idea. You are a good choice. No other wielder has murdered their way across a continent quite like you have. I admire your endurance. The light would have your kind remain obedient and stagnant. I offer the gifts of freedom and strength. I hope you remember my kindness. Your allies consider me a bad influence, yet all I've ever done is speed you along the path you chose. I can feel the pulse of your world quickening. Soon, all will be drenched in its lifeblood.
She lives! No! I will never let her bind me again!
Merely a lingering echo of her power. Nothing to be concerned about, child.
Even her echo prattles on endlessly.
Do you see now what I had to deal with? Pah! I am every bit as mighty as the Tide Stone, or any of these other musty relics. A dream of perfect beauty. Ridiculous. This world knows only pain, child. Do not trust her ramblings. I am the only true power here. You are better off without her.
This one is powerful, but stupid. It would make a worthless minion. Ah, my former master. The time for revenge is at hand. That fool saw me as little more than a trinket for harvesting power. He has paid for his lack of vision. The Legion has conquered this shore. Soon we shall conquer the Legion in turn. This place holds a mere fraction of the Legion's might. There are many horrors yet to behold. Do you smell the charred flesh upon the wind? Ah, the scent of home. Your last visit here was nearly the end of you. How fortunate that you now enjoy my company. This place is so like Argus, twisted, shattered, and broken. Almost makes me homesick. Your skills have improved significantly since we first met. Given a few 1,000 years, you may even rise to the level of my best apprentices. And here we are, the site where fools were vanquished. Remember, courage is no substitute for power. Do you sense it? The lifeblood of your world flows just under the surface of this place. I know ancient incantations which could tap into the lifeblood of your world. This would be an ideal place to unleash them. The Naga are a corrupted race. They possess arcane skill, but lack the finesse inherent to my people. I detest spirits, always blathering about their former lives. Consume their souls and be done with them. An intriguing use of soul energy. They could have accomplished so much had they merely applied themselves. This place reeks of the Titans. Careful. Power still echoes within this ancient golem. It would be prudent to destroy it before the Legion empowers it further. The Deceiver scorned my talents when I still lived. Let us see which of us survives the battle to come. Ah, the skies of home. I did not believe I would see this world again.